Welcome to Chess Scholar. Today we are going to record a game between Garry Kasparov and Tigran Petrosian. This is good game because we'll see that Kasparov. This is a very peculiar game in the sense that in this game we'll see that Kasparov, who is a very attacking player, actually attacks Petrosian like anything throughout the game, but just because of one simple tactical mistake he loses the game. Whether it was a mistake or mistake in his calculation, or whether he was distracted, I don't know, but this sort of mistake is not really evident at this level of chess. So this was really surprising, but I think, if you're a tactical player, if you really like tactical combinations, then you will like some of those moves that have been used here by Kasparov. And I don't say that Petrosian was really spectacular in this game, but that he won the game, that is obvious. But just the thing is that it doesn't matter who wins the game, but the game matters. The quality of the game matters. So I think that's why this is the very reason I chose to analyze this game today. So let's move on. This was played in Interpolis 5th, 1981, and this was Queen's Gambit declined. If I'm not wrong, Janorski-Larsen variation. So there you go. This is the normal. With E3, normally B5 comes, but here it's BG4, B into C4, E6, H3. Now on this, at this stage, Knight C3 and A6, getting hold of the B5 square, and now G4. Well, normally it is accepted by other players that this move is somewhat not strong enough because it weakens the king side for white. But still, if you're going for a very attacking play, then this can be a good option. Because yes, if your king side has been weakened nonetheless, but still you can start your attack if you can just get hold of some initiative and move on with your attack faster, develop before your opponent can. Then I think this type of move doesn't create any disadvantage as of any sort. So Knight E5, taking the bishop, then G6, Asian G6, bishop coming back and getting strengthening the white squares. Bishop G2, Queen C7, castling, Bishop E7, and F4. The F4 was okay move, but a better move could have been pushing the E3 pawn forward to E4 and E5. You can also drive the knight away by G5, but then again that will again weaken this king side a lot. So perhaps that is, I would not prefer that, being a safe. I prefer safe play, so I don't prefer G5, but maybe perhaps I mean, it will obviously open up this bishop, and at the same time it will force this knight to move, and it will also block movement of the knight on d7. So I think e4 e5 could have been a better move. f5, and then you see at this moment this squares, let me show you, the squares are actually blocking the path of this c1 bishop. Yes, it forces the knight to move, but still it actually blocks this bishop. I mean, it has to move somewhere. Perhaps it has to move this way, or it has to come to d2. So knight fd7. So what is the knight doing? I mean, obviously the knight could have come to d5, but the knight moved away to d7. Perhaps it's thinking of bringing this pawn forward and focusing on the e5 square. Perhaps that was idea, by castling on the long side. Castling on the long side, and then breaking through this pawn structure, opening the white king. Queen g4. I don't understand the meaning of this move. Perhaps he was trying to utilize this vulnerable area. Perhaps he was readying his queen to exploit this vulnerable area, perhaps. But right now, since Petrosian hasn't shown his game plan, I think this was not an optimal move. You see, the computer suggests queen d3. The computer suggests queen d3, then a4, and ne2. This knight is not really doing anything, so perhaps repositioning it into a better square would have been a smart move. Yep. Queen g4. So long castle. Rook to b1. Directly getting the rook in front of, I mean, into a much better square, much better file, you can say. And queen b8, removing the queen to a safer square away from action, and also from the diagonal of the white queen. b4. Now the attack starts. You can see that this pawn, I mean, you can see this pawn. Obviously you can understand that when people castle on the opposite sides, this type of pawn storms happens a lot. So obviously it has to be Kasparov wanted to break through this pawn chain and break the barrier and attack. Simple. It was a simple plan. And knight to d5, attacking this hanging knight, and also having this pawn. So this was good move, but yeah, now at this point I think since the white king is not really safe, it's really quite vulnerable, bringing this 2 rook on the same file could have been better for Petrosian. I mean, could have started built a attacking force over there, but he didn't do that. He forced the queen away, and then he took the pawn. No, that was not a good move, because it actually, you see, it actually cleared, perhaps cleared this. You can see that it actually clears this whole file. The rook is directly in front of the king, blockaded by this b7 pawn, and this is pretty weak. This knight is falling because this bishop is obviously going to get this knight if needed. So in terms of that, this knight is not going to do much, and the queen can obviously come back to e1 or and then join the attack towards the black king. So I think taking this pawn was a mistake by Petrosian. That was not an optimal move, yet the computer shows that the position is still equal. Perhaps the computer is obviously the computer is right, and I think it's considering this pawn blockade, which is hard to break in, and with all the pieces, the knights and the bishops over here, just by moving the king to this square, the rooks can also join. So this will be a very strong defense. It's not easy to break through that. But I will still say that Kasparov did try for some tactical combinations, but they didn't materialize. Rook to fc1, putting it directly in front of the black queen. King a7 as we expected, queen e1. Here you can see that there is a nice tactic. You see here the bishop, the queen is in line with this bishop, and what is the tactic here? If this bishop takes this knight, obviously it can't be taken with the pawn on c6, so it will be taken with the pawn on e6. Then the bishop on d2 will come to the a5 square, directly targeting the doing a battery on this black queen and the black rook. If the b7 pawn comes forward, then the knight on a4, the white knight on a4 takes the pawn, and the black knight on d7 takes the knight, and then you have the white bishop on a5 take the pawn on b6, checking both the king and also the queen. So the queen falls. This was a good tactic. Obviously this could have turned into a good tactic, but it didn't. With this move, bishop to a3, targeting the rook to c2, queen d6, protecting for the bishop and also moving away from the battery. Rook b3, targeting that bishop. Here at this stage the queen moves away to queen e7, and the white could have just moved his knight around, and since it was not in an optimal position, it was obviously targeting the b6 square, but it could also do that from being on c4 square, and in that case it will also target this bishop on a3. So however, Kasparov gave queen e2. Perhaps he was aiming to go on d3 and target the bishop. Rook to b8, as we expected. Queen d3. Yes, again. bishop to d6, putting it to a safe square. Knight to b2. Knight is obviously going to knight to b2 and rook hc8. Just bring his forces on the king's side to stop any nasty attack. And the knight is in a good position. The white knight is in a good position on b2 square. It can move to the c4 square and then target the d6 bishop. So knight to c4, bc7, a4. You can see that slowly, gradually, this attack is being organized by Kasparov, and I would say that Kasparov is better in this position. The white is better, and Petrosian, although not in a dangerous situation, he will still find it hard to protect himself if the time comes. b5. This was perhaps this was not a good move, because this was actually giving the opportunity to white to break through that pawn blockade. So this was not really a good move. A into b5, c into b5, and rook a2. So you can see here is another tactical combination, or potential tactical combination, being prepared by Kasparov. If the pawn on b5 takes the knight on c4, then the rook on a2, the white rook on a2, will sacrifice itself by taking the pawn on a6. The queen will take on a6, and the king will take on a6. So the black king will take on a6, and the white queen will take the pawn on c4, checking the queen, checking the king, and if this rook, the b8 rook, comes forward, it's taking that rook, otherwise it's just checkmate. So this was a tactical combination tried out by Kasparov, but Petrosian gave king b7. Computer says it's better to play queen b1. That is bringing this queen over here. And perhaps trying out a little tactics here and there, getting this this bishop, the white square bishop, is not really doing anything for the white. So exchanging that for this good knight will be beneficial, and also this knight, this white knight, can be now put into play by moving it to a5 square or another square. So this was a good position for white. I mean, at this point, I can tell you, I thought that Kasparov was going to win, but obviously I could see the score beforehand when I got this game. But still, at this point of time, it was like evident that white will win. But still, bishop b4, targeting the black queen, bishop d6. Again trying out for a combination. If the black bishop exchanges, takes the bishop on d6, the knight on c4 will move to d6, checking the queen, checking the white black king, and also taking the black queen in the process. Rook a8, protecting the a6 square. Rook queen b1, bring the queen to a better square. King c6. Now here's the mistake. You see, Kasparov moved his rook to rba3, rook to a3, and why? He thought, I don't know why he thought so, but he thought that if the b5 pawn takes on, or whatever, like whether the b5 pawn takes on c4 or not, the a3 rook can always take attack on the a6 pawn, and if captured by the a8 pawn, a8 rook, the a2 rook will go there and check the king. But this was not a good plan, because you see, this square, the b6 square, is protected by 3 pieces at this moment, and it's not really easy to penetrate this position as of now. You can see that if let's say, and that's what happened. Let's see how it went on. Rook into a6, rook into a6, a6, bd6. Now what? I think Kasparov didn't calculate this pawn in, this strong pawn. Now this queen cannot come over here and check the black king. Perhaps this was the problem. So bc5, still trying, desperate, trying to put pressure on the black bishop over there. It's still a lost game. Queen a1, knight into c5 will take the bishop, d into c5, and the king takes that pawn on c5. Rook to a4, it was a lost game, and Kasparov resigns. So as you can see that this game was pretty short. I mean, I will say that Kasparov did try for some very good tactical combinations, keeping with his popularity as the most attacking player of all time. But in this game, I think he made a little mistake in his calculation and ultimately paid the price. I hope you liked the analysis. Thank you.